This is lecture number 6, part B. As you know that here we are going to see the interaction or interplay between the primary dictionary meaning and a meaning which is imposed on the word by a micro context, may be maintained along different lines. So sometimes that you might not use the words as they appear in the dictionary, because there are sometimes they need to impose such words by some sort of micro context. Maybe they want to look at the words, or to give the word the sense of sort of sententially. So sometimes that you might not. So the interaction between the interplay between the primary dictionary meaning and the meaning which is imposed on the word by micro context. So sometimes the words might not appear as they do in the dictionary. So this can be maintained along different lines. One line is when the author identifies two objects and he subjectively sees a function. You want to identify two objects and he sees a function or a property or a feature or a quality that may make the reader perceive these two objects as identical. So the stylistic device based on the principles of identification of two objects is called metaphor. So this device has been known from the times of ancient Greek and Roman rhetoric. It denoted transference of meaning from one word to another on the basis of likeness between the two objects. For example, the sunset is very beautiful today. You're talking about the sunset itself. He is in the sunset of his days. So the word sunset here does not appear like it does in the dictionary. In the first sentence, the word sunset has a primary meaning, and in the second sentence, this noun develops a new meaning on the basis of the contextual meaning. So metaphors can be expressed by almost all parts of speech and function in the sentence as any of its members. For example, heart of stone, noun here. The night swallowed him up, it's a verb here. The leaves fell sorrowfully, this is an adverb here. So metaphors expressed by one word are called simple, like man cannot live by bread alone. There are also complex or prolonged or sustained metaphors, which are expressed by several words. One word simple, more than one word complex. A group of words, in this case, a broader context is required to understand it. There are also complex or prolonged or sustained metaphors, which are expressed by several words, group of words. In this case, a broader context is required to understand it. So you can't understand them easily, so you need to have that such of a broader context so that you can understand it. The average New Yorker is caught in a machine. He wears along, he is dizzy, he is helpless. If he resists, the machine will crush him to pieces. So metaphor can be classified according to their degree of unexpectedness. These metaphors, which are absolutely unexpected, like quite understandable, incredible, or unpredictable, are called genuine metaphors. His voice was the dagger of correlate brass. Those which are commonly used in speech and therefore are sometimes even fixed in dictionaries as expressive means of language are trite metaphors or dead metaphors. For example, a ray of hope, floods of tears, a storm of indignation, a flight of fancy, a shadow of a smile. All of these are called either trite metaphors or dead metaphors Metonymy, the interaction of interplay between the primary dictionary meaning and a meaning which is imposed on the word by a micro context. Does that mean they do not carry the same sense of the word which comes or appears in the dictionary? They have something else. Has to do with the micro contextual meaning of it. And this is maintained along different form of metaphor line. It is when the author finds it possible to substitute one object for another on the ground that there is some kind of relation between the two objects or corresponding objects. The stylistic device is based on the principles of the substitution of one object for another is called metonymy. Washington and London agreed on most issues. This is an example of how these two objects agreed together in terms of the relationship that they do have. He was followed into the room by a pair of heavy boots. Heavy boots look at the relationship that they do have. Economy is based on different types of relation between the two corresponding objects. Among them, the following are most common. If the relationship is the name of the part instead of the whole, this is called uh, synecdoche. Looking up, Dennis saw two heads overlapping the hedge immediately above him. This is name of the part instead of the whole. So here we mean look at Dennis saw two heads. This is a part, not two people. They mention the part and they mean the whole. The container instead of the thing contained. The whole upload. He mentioned the part. He mentioned the not the container. The container, which is the whole, instead of the people who were in the container. Or yeah, the kettle boiled. He mentioned the kettle, which is the container, and not the water, which is in the container. The relation of proximity. The round game table was boisterous and happy. The material instead of the thing made of it. The marble spoke. The marble, the material, the material which is a marble here, not the not the thing which is made of. The name of the author of his work. I read Shakespeare. You mean here what you read? You didn't read Shakespeare, the person or the author. You read his work. The name of a character features instead of the object. The mass care of the innocent instead of children. This is a biblical phrase. Metonymy can be genuine or trite. Genuine metonymy reveals an unexpected substitution of one word for another or one concept for another. Then they came in, two of them, a man with long fair mustaches and a silent dark man. Definitely the mustache and I had nothing in common. So here, genuine and trite metonymy. Irony is a stylistic device based on the simultaneous realization of two logical meanings: dictionary, direct, and contextual, conveyed or indirect. But the two meanings stand in opposition to each other. Usually, the direct meaning in such cases express a positive evaluation of the situation, while the context contains the opposite or the negative evaluation. It must be delightful to find oneself in a foreign country without a penny in one's pocket. It is an irony how to be happy and you are broke. Aren't you a hero running away from a mouse? So heroes never run from mice. So you see the irony here. So you see the direct and contextual or converted meaning. Zeugma or pun is the use of word in the same grammatical but in different semantic relationship to two adjacent words in the context. Two words together in the context, but they have the same grammatical, maybe verb, noun, but different semantic relation. Like it is usually a verb which is made to refer to different subjects or objects, direct or indirect. Pan or zegma is a strong and effective device to maintain the purity of the primary meaning when the two meanings clash. Dora, belonging at once into privileged intimacy and into the middle of the room. In the middle of the room. She possessed two false teeth and a sim- sympathetic heart. She dropped a tear on her handkerchief. She put a white frock that suited the sunny riverside on her. In all these sentences, the verbs plunge, possess, drop, put on stand in the same grammatical relations with the following words: intimacy and middle of the room, teeth and heart, tear and handkerchief, riverside and heart. But the semantic relation between them are different. She possessed two false teeth and a sympathetic heart. Possess, look at the possess, teeth and heart. She dropped a tear and her handkerchief. How to drop a tear is different from to drop a handkerchief. To possess two false teeth is different from a sympathetic heart. To put on a white frock that suited the sunny riverside and her. So you feel like uh, effective devices to maintain purity of the primary meaning when the two are clashes. The two meaning clash. To possess a force is clashes with the to possess a sympathetic heart, and so on. This is pun. This is pun or irony. Or sorry, this is pun or zeugma. Pun, the same. The pun is another stylistic device based on the interaction of two meanings of a word, or of a phrase. It is difficult to draw a hard and fast distinction between digma and pun. They are nearly the same. The only reliable distinction feature is structural one. Sigma is the realization of two meanings with the help of a verb which is made to refer to different subjects or objects. Pun is more independent. It is not necessary that the pun word refers to a word in the sentence. Puns are often used in riddles and jokes. What's the difference between a schoolmaster and an engine driver? One trains the mind and the other minds the train. For a time she put a Red Cross uniform and met other ladies similarly dressed in the armory, where bandages were rolled, and reputation are rolled. So you see how how more independent the pun is. It does not refer to a word the same word refer to a word in the sentence. They often use the are you if you look at someone, it's very joking, it's very funny. What's the difference between a schoolmaster and an engine driver? One trains the mind and the other minds the train.